Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 25 of Popcorn Problems. My name is Elon Pressman, and I'm here with my very good friend and fellow co host.
Nicholas Tapasco. Every week, we'll make sure you're caught up with the biggest news and movies in Hollywood.
This week, we're going to be reviewing Wuthering Heights, one of last weekend's biggest new releases. But before we get to that, what's poppin'? Where we run through the biggest movie stories this week. What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us for the 25th episode of Popcorn Problems. We are one fourth of the way to 100, which is
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
I keep telling Nick that like we're gonna blow up once we get 100. So we're almost there, bro. We're 25% of the way.
I mean, we'll get there,
Okay,
Alon. I'm not too worried about the whether we're blow. I mean, well, I'm like worried about it. Sure, like I'm like worried about it in like a
it's
I hope it
inevitable
happens.
type of
No, it's
situation.
it's an inevitability. Yeah, but um,
Exactly.
I just want to see, bro. For episode 100, it's gonna pop off, bro. It's gonna go crazy.
I
We're gonna
know.
have to do some crazy shit. I don't know. We're gonna. Oh, you haven't seen Nirvana the band, the show, the movie yet.
I
You should
want
watch
to.
that.
I do plan to eventually.
You should
I
watch
do
that
plan
next
to
week,
eventually.
or yeah, or whenever, and then I'll finish that bit. I'll finish
Okay,
that
cool.
bit before.
Cool, 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 cool.
Yeah. But continue. Yeah. Do you think?
So let's hop right into the box office. Number one this week is Wuthering Heights, and domestically it pulled in $32.8 million. Number two, we have Goat, which is the new Sony Pictures animated film with a gross of 27.2 million domestically this weekend. And rounding up the top three is Crime 101, which is that new Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Haley Berry
You mean people
action
actually
film,
watch
which
that?
I heard it's good, actually. I heard it's pretty good. I haven't seen it
Really?
yet. Yeah, but it pulled in 14.252 mil domestically. Sorry for not having the most in-depth numbers with the box office this week. My typical source failed, so this is what we have, unfortunately.
His plug got
Um,
arrested.
yeah, I guess you could say.
Your plug
Uh,
got arrested.
yeah. Let me see. Anything else interesting on here? The new Gore Verbinski film, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, opened at seven, with 3.6 mil. Other
Cool.
than that, everything seems the same. Zootopia 2 is still on here. It's in sixth place, 12th weekend in release, by the way. Avatar is still on here, ninth weekend in release. Um, Iron Lung is still in here in its third weekend. Pulled in another 3 mil this weekend. And Send Help had only a 3% drop, which is honestly really good. So I'm happy to see that movie. It's having good legs and it's making
Mhm.
a decent amount of money.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it deserves it. Like, it was great. We should make more. Give $100 million to Sam Raimi to make anything he wants.
Exactly. Exactly. I saw somebody say he should do a Midnight Suns film. I think that could be really
That would
cool.
be crazy. Holy shit. Honestly, I
Yeah,
mean,
that'd be really, really sick.
him directing like Blade, I think would just be really cool. Like not the movie Blade, but just the character Blade, would be really cool.
Yeah, I say at
I
this
think.
point, scrap Blade and just do a Midnight Suns film with Blade in it. I think
I
that would be the
could
best way to go about it.
I think that'd be the most economic way to go about it. Like to just kind of like save on the like I guess character progression or save on people falling in love with Blade. They could just like put him in a movie like that. But I feel like they really want to make Blade their own character. I feel like it'd be a missed opportunity if they didn't at least.
Yeah, if that movie ever actually gets released.
Yeah, if yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Honestly, really boring week for movie stories. I think just because we were coming off of the Super Bowl and just a lot came out like the week leading up to it, and then obviously in the Super Bowl. So not much to really ride home about. I have a couple Mike Flanagan updates just because he's a director in horror that I've been really liking recently. Firstly, we know that he's been developing a Carrie series for Amazon Prime
Mm.
for a while now. It's also like in that Camp Crystal Lake uh, limbo of just we've been hearing about it for years without actually really hearing much about it. Um, so reportedly, it's going to be premiering in October of this year, which is exciting. Um, to add to that, Mike Flanagan was confirmed to be writing and directing a new adaptation of Stephen King's The Mist, um, which is
Oh
really
shit.
cool. Yeah, this is like the fifth or the sixth Stephen King project that he's done. He did Life of Chuck. He did the Shining sequel, Doctor Sleep.
Mm.
Um, Obviously, he's doing the Carrie series. He's gonna be doing The Mist, and there's a few more obviously that I'm
I
missing.
think
But he's
his
just
Netflix
uh,
series are Stephen King films or Stephen King stories as well. I might be mistaken on
yeah,
that.
probably. He's one of the most interesting voices in horror right now. I feel like. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he's gonna do with the Mist film. I'm pretty sure there's already one. I haven't seen it though. Do you know that's true? Is there already a film on the
Yeah,
book, The Mist?
yeah, there already is one. I think there's already one. It's directed by Frank Darabont. He's done
Okay,
he does like a lot of TV.
Shawshank.
Yeah, oh yeah, and The Shawshank Redemption, of course. I haven't seen The Shawshank Redemption actually. Um, but
Me
yeah,
neither.
I also haven't seen The Mist. I've heard it's good though, and I do want to watch. It is on my watch list. But I think this, like Mike Flanagan. See, I didn't watch Life of Chuck. Actually, I don't think I've seen anything done by Mike Flanagan fully. I've only seen him in bits and pieces. From what I've seen, though, he seems like a very calculated director. Kind of like I don't know. I feel like you can give a better input because you've actually seen the Life of Chuck on this, like how
I
he
just think
would
he's
direct The Mist, is what I'm saying.
yeah. I just think he knows how to shoot horror really interestingly. So we can only just wait and see till we hear more about this film. I'm looking forward to it though.
For sure, I want to see how he differentiates himself from the film that already exists as well, because that film is pretty popular in like within the Stephen King community or something like that, or just people like that
Right.
film. So the way seeing him differentiate himself would be interesting. Will be interesting.
Yeah. Moving on. We previously talked about a new The Mummy film. Rumored to be in production. Well, we officially know that Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz are going to be returning for the new The Mummy film, which has a date for May 2028. So I don't know. Every time I see a release date like in the 2028, 2029 like area, it's like that's crazy because my mind we just hit 2020. But we're really moving through the this decade. Um,
I
and
hope.
yeah, I also think. Sorry, what were you
I
saying?
hope. No, no, no. Sorry. Finish what you were going to say, and then I'll say what I say.
I was just gonna say that I'm pretty sure that 2028 is gonna be like the films that come out in 2028 are gonna be eligible for like the 100th Oscar ceremony. So like 2028 has to be like a really good year for movies.
Are we already at 100?
Um,
Oh yeah, because we're at like 90. We're in the 90s right now in terms of the Oscars. Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be insane as well.
that's gonna be the 100th like year. Like I mean, I guess it's gonna be like in 2029 the broadcast, but like the films
Mm-hmm.
releasing in 2028 um, are gonna be for that one. So 2028 better be a good year. Better live up to that like expectation, I guess.
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be crazy. But I was just gonna say, I hope, I hope Brendan Fraser wears the fat suit from The Whale in the new movie, and they don't explain why. That's just how he. That's just how he
I think
dresses
it's
it.
just I well I just think that's how he like dresses on a day to day basis. Like
Yeah, I was
that's what
gonna
he
say
wears.
that's just actually his body. He actually learned how to float at the end of that movie just for that scene,
Yeah,
and now he just does that.
he 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 went method, and you have to respect it. You have to.
Absolutely. So yeah, he's gonna. So he's gonna bring that same energy to a new new Muppets, a new Mummy, a new Mummy movie. A Muppets
Oh, that's
Mummy
funny.
movie with Brendan Fraser wouldn't be bad actually. I would watch that. Hell yeah,
That would go really really hard. That would go really
I'd watch that.
stupidly hard.
I'd watch that dead ass.
Uh, yeah. So that brings us to the end of what's poppin' and into what we watched.
Oh wait,
Um,
actually, oh I
we
guess well I do want to ask you real quickly something about
Go ahead.
what did you think of the Mando Super Bowl trailer?
Dude, I mean, they're really, really wanting that movie to flop. I hate to say.
you think you think so? You think they're promoting it unwell?
Yeah, I mean, this was their moment to like sell the general public on the film, and I feel like they squandered it. I know there's a new. We're recording this on Monday, February 16th. There's a new Mando trailer dropping tomorrow, confirmed.
Oh, okay.
Um, and so I'm curious why they didn't just drop this there, but I don't know. This trailer has to be phenomenal because it truly looks like it's going to be a huge, huge, huge dud. What did you
I
think of
don't
it?
I feel like they keep trying to sell the spirit of Star Wars because the trailer was very weird. I've never seen a trailer like it really.
I get it.
Um,
It's like a parody on old like beer, like super old beer commercials. I get what they're doing,
oh,
but
is that
Star
what it
Wars is not
is?
in.
I did not know that was
Yeah,
what
that's
they were
what it is.
referencing.
But Star Wars is not in the position to be doing these parodies. They need to fix themselves before they can flex and just do that fun stuff. You know, you can't. They're in no position to
That
be
makes
playing
no
around.
sense. Wait, why would they do that? I mean, first off, I didn't even get that that was what they were doing as a
Yeah,
person who's mildly interested in Star Wars. So I feel like that's kind of I don't. I feel like that's kind of a flaw. I feel like if I didn't get it, some people might not get it. But that just might be me first. But also, what like it just wasn't a good present like trailer like presentation of your movie either way. It was just boring. It was boring and nobody really understood it, and that's why I said like, or I mean, I didn't understand. I'm saying nobody. I didn't understand it, and that's why I was like, I feel like they're trying to sell you on the spirit of Star Wars because like they're like talking all like mystical about it, and I think they're trying to be a little sincere with it too, saying like about like oh I honestly don't remember what they said in the trailer, but they just like have this like misty eyed kind of sentiment over it, and then they're just watch Mando coming out whenever it comes out May I don't remember.
yeah, it's May.
There you go. Oh, of course, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Uh, but but yeah, no, I just like this is your big show for the Super Bowl. Is this movie's gonna die? This movie's gonna die. Nobody's gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
they're
Nobody's
actually
gonna care about
they're
it.
sending it out to die, and I just think it's so stupid. It's so ridiculous.
The last of the Kathleen era gone. They really just want to.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
treating
but
it
I
like
mean,
Aquaman.
fucking Dave. But Dave Filoni is like heading this film. It's not like we're
Oh,
going away from it.
true.
It just we're heading into the era of Dave, and uh, that's going to be an interesting
That sounds
episode
so
when that movie comes
ominous.
out.
The era of Dave. Yeah, we're gonna have to see. I don't know. I'm excited to see this trailer tomorrow. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
I would have asked you for it
yeah,
next
yeah.
week.
I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that too. So yeah, let's move into what we watched. We are in week 5 of our countdown to Scream 7. Um, we got our first look at Matthew Lillard as Stu Macher in the film. I literally saw it after we finished watching Scream 5 like that night, and I called Nick, and I was like, "Yo, you got to, our baby's
yeah,
back."
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's like all pixelated, right? Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's really
which
a split second, like
yeah,
it's really a
blink.
tease. But he does say that iconic line, like "I've always had a thing for you, Sid." Like that was really fun to hear again. And I
Yeah,
just like I'm just so hyped for this movie. Like I can't, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm just,
screaming
it's
from the
gonna be
rooftops,
so
bro. It's
great.
all chill. No, it's gonna be
I'm gonna
fun.
scream from the rooftop.
I'm excited to see like the culmination of just like everything because I that's how they've been treating it. Really, honestly, is like this is where the story concludes, like one last fight to kill all the whatever. And so watching all these movies has like been hyping me up. And yeah, I don't know. I just it's exciting. We'll see. And I like these
Yeah,
characters. At the end of the day, they've endeared me. So hell yeah,
dude, the characters are great. I love them. They're the best.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so with that being said, this week me and Nick sat down and we watched Scream 5 or just Scream, as they decided to title it. That came out in 2022. Uh, I believe this was Nick's first time watching this film. What did you think of Scream 5?
I liked Scream 5 a lot, actually. I mean, it's I told Alon after I saw it, I was like, the ranking is still number one is between. Ooh, this is a controversial take. I think Scream 4 still is my number one Scream movie, and then Scream 1, and then Scream 5, and then Scream 3. No, Scream 2, and then Scream 3. That's my ranking right now.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what I would consider second best. It's probably the best sequel. Not the best sequel. One of the best sequels, at least. It's more modern. It takes away some characters and focuses on some arguably lesser, more interesting characters than the original. I'm just happy we focused on somebody different, regardless, while still,
Hmm.
bringing back some, figuring out ways to like tie it into the, you know, the main storyline of the Scream franchise. And yeah, it felt a lot modern. I think it appealed to my more modern sensibilities. Um, I like Jenna Ortega. I think she's really cool. So always a fan to see her in a Scream movie, because I also didn't know that she appeared on this one. And yeah, I don't know. I liked it a lot. How do you feel about it, Alon, in your
Yeah,
context?
I think it's a super, super, super like good like I get like a reboot, requel, whatever you want to call it, reboot slash sequel. Um, Look, I'm in the same boat as you. I really like the Tara character. I'm not crazy about the Sam character. She grows on me a little bit in the sequel,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not crazy about Sam as a character overall. Uh, I like seeing Billy Loomis again, but I think the visions are just kind of stupid. They also don't come back in the next film, so they kind of just feel super out of place. Um, I think the kills are really, really cool in this one. One of my favorites has to be just the whole sequence of like the sheriff and then her son Wes, named after Wes Craven. I thought
Oh
that's a
yeah.
great thing just to honor Wes Craven
Mm-hmm.
in that way. They even had the characters like throw a party for the character named Wes, so it's like it's just really cool. Um, I just thought that was a really really cool sequence with like opening the fridge and then opening all the doors and you think he's gonna be behind there and he's not and it was great. What else? I really like the third act. I think like the kill reveals are so fun. I really like Amber as a killer. I think she's so like unhinged and just um like I don't know. She has a line when she's about to kill. Obviously this is spoilers by the way. Uh, when she's like about to kill Gail, she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy I get to do you as well because she killed Dewey." Oh,
Yeah.
side note: Dewey's death was handled beautifully. He had so much aura in this film.
Absolutely.
Um, I really like, although I'm sad that he didn't end up with Gail. I think it's interesting where they took their relationship and how he was the one that bailed this time. Um, yeah. What else? What
I was
else? What
gonna,
else? The
if I can interrupt you real quickly, I do want to
Yeah. Go
mention.
ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do really like the way that the legacy characters end up, especially Gooey, Dewey and Gale. Um, Considering that they're in the last century, they were like, I guess, all paired up and happy after their marital issues. I like seeing kind of like the left turn that this film took of like, no, they're actually divorced now, and kind of having that drama. It was necessary for a drama, or for to have some sort of tension throughout the story. But regardless, I think they played it out really well, and not just them, but Sydney as well. As I was saying that, I really honestly forgot what Sydney does in this movie. What does she do in this
She
movie
just kind
again?
of shows up. She just kind of shows up, and she has kids. Um, she doesn't really do much. It really is that is, I guess, one complaint is that they really don't give Gail and Sid much to do. It really,
Yeah.
out of like legacy characters, at least, it really is Dewey's movie.
Hell yeah.
Um,
For sure. I mean, but even Gale, she has some sort of, storyline or arc. It is losing throughout as the series progresses. But she still has like she still is a journalist. I I think that's kind of also my issue with Scream 2 and 3. Um it's kind of, yeah, that insistence on the focus of Sydney when they kind of put her in every single film, and at this point she's as interesting as a background character for me. Like I've seen her go through it all. She's going to live most likely. Um Oh right, I remember her appearance in the film now. Yeah, it was just really uninteresting. I don't know. And Sydney's character is uninteresting, and I wish they did something with her. Either make it the main character or not, or give it to somebody else.
mhm.
Uh, but I thought the new characters were really good as well.
Well, she's definitely not the main character in this one. This one,
Well,
they
no,
were
she's not the
definitely
main character,
trying
but that's what
to.
I'm saying. Like either make her a main character, and make her story interesting, or don't have her in the story, because or else she's kind of like irrelevant. If she's not the main character, she's not the one being victimized, or if she's not like one of the victims. I think she does end up being like a victim in this film, but overall her presence is just kind of uh vacuuming to the newness of the film, or to the actual interesting stories of the film, which include the new characters.
Mhm.
I was kind of into the Loomis sites, and I do wish that they would have progressed. What's her name? Tifa. Tara. No, not Tara. Sorry, my
Uh,
bad. Samantha.
Tara's
Uh,
Jenna Ortega. Tara's Jenna
yeah, yeah.
Ortega, and then the other one is
Samantha.
Sam. Yeah, Samantha.
Yeah. I do wish they would have like progressed her Samantha story, like her psychotic storyline to this next film with her. I can see why they didn't though. That's kind of like you can kind of run into a wall in terms of like writing that to have some sort of interesting conclusion. Um but I didn't mind that. I thought that was Sam herself as a character isn't that interesting. I feel like her we don't really spend a lot of time with her. We just more spend a time with her like reacting to things, and not like her like what she wants to do,
Yeah,
what she.
the story is definitely happening to her instead of her taking an active role in what's going on, I would say.
For sure, for sure. And so I feel like, yeah, like that really takes away a lot of the quality of this of her character and of her inclusion in the film. But I think honestly, kind of thinking about it, this is kind of a movie without a main character. It certainly has, we follow Samantha and Tara. Those are kind of our main characters, but even then they're not that present. And it really is an ensemble film, with the cast, with the whole cast. They bring up everybody else, because all of the aspects that I like about this film, other than maybe like Jenna Ortega or something like that, have nothing to do with the main character of Samantha and Tara,
Hmm.
and maybe Sydney. If you want, I mean, you said that she's not a main character, and she's not, but
Yeah, and this one I definitely wouldn't say.
in terms of the people that we consider leads, they have nothing to do with this film. It's more of the ensemble. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of how I'd categorize it. But the ensemble really works well. It's really fortunate that
Yeah,
it turned out this way, especially as the first film without Wes's inclusion. You know, it's a lot
yeah, I would
to
definitely
fall
say
back
that
on.
they did a good job. Um, I have a couple other things I want to mention. I think it was a really cool choice to have the opening kill not be an opening kill and just be an opening sequence.
Yeah,
Um, I thought that was definitely a really cool choice, an interesting way to like switch up the formula. And yeah, Jack Quaid gave a really great performance. I really like it, and I really like the whole like toxic fandom motive. I think it's really interesting and super poignant. Even I feel like especially now, uh, it definitely was when it came out a couple of years ago, but now it's more and more, especially with like just there's so much toxicity. It definitely. It definitely holds up.
For sure, for sure. I want to see how it compares to Scream. Is it the same director slash writer who did Scream
Yeah, yeah,
5 or
yeah.
do Scream 6?
Same people.
Okay, okay, cool. We'll see. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, okay. So next, this week, I know that we both watched the movie Goat, which is the new Sony animated film. I had a really, really great time with it. I thought it was really nicely animated. I thought the story was really touching. I thought it was really, um, like it was really emotional, and it was like comforting in a way that like everything's just gonna work out. I really liked like the team of animals. It's essentially Zootopia with basketball, right?
Yeah,
Zootopia X Space Jam. That's kind of how I would explain it. And I really liked like the quirky group of animals that we get on the team with Caleb McLaughlin's goat character, specifically the Rhino, voiced by David Harbour. I thought he was really fun. But I thought every character got a really nice moment, and I think the basketball scenes were really, I don't want to say shot because obviously it's not shot, but like the composition of the animation I thought was gorgeous for the basketball scenes. That was just very well done, and it's definitely a film that I don't think I see enough people talking about. I really enjoyed it. Nick, oh, sorry, Nick, what did you think?
I unfortunately did not have that great of a time watching it. I mean, I
No,
I here's the thing.
tragic.
I like the quirky characters. I love the animation and the basketball sequences. Gorgeous. Holy shit. How did they do that? There's also this one scene specifically with Jet, the Jaguar character, racing to like see her agent or manager, the team manager, and then like we get that
Oh,
the
she
car
was
scene.
that character. That character is really fun.
I will say Jet was the only interesting character. Jet was what is one of the only times when I was like actually engaged with what was happening on screen. Um, I it's kind of heartbreaking because I do really like the wholesomeness um of like the story of the story and how like nice some of the characters are, but also one I just have a few things that just like take me out of the film. One, the pacing. Holy shit, dude. Back the fuck up. Step on the brakes. Please, can someone this is and I don't understand why. I don't understand whose who's deciding to speed these films up to 2 times speed. Recent animation films.
Yeah,
This
it
one,
is.
Zootopia.
It is very very fast paced. I think it's just because kids' attention spans are dropping so bad.
I
Like
don't
actually,
care. I don't care that kids' attention spans are dropping. I hope they become borderline lobotomized before my animated movies become nothing but colorful flashing lights. Like, I'm done. I'm tired of it. Genuinely. Honestly, I would have been so much more into this movie if it let me breathe. If it didn't take me from place to place to place to place all the time, if it didn't steal me from my emotional moment, and let me immerse myself in what was going on, because really honestly that was what was happening. I just didn't, nothing was hitting and nothing was giving me enough time to hit. um Also, I'm so sorry, but Caleb McLaughlin is not a voice actor. um
oh
his
yeah, I
performance
agree with
was
that.
not good in this film, and it's unfortunate because he's the main lead. It's not horrible either.
Well, he is the lead.
Well, he is quite literally the title character. Yeah, I don't know why I said the main lead. He is the lead. Um, it's unfortunate because he's the main character. Because he's the main character, and he spends the most time talking. He can't. He won't shut up. Um, I like his character. Like I really do like his character. I think what people are saying about like this movie being like similar to Marty Supreme is like, I mean, I don't know how true that is, but like, you know,
I
the
think the
same, I
message
guess,
is
like,
similar.
Yeah, the message is similar, and like the I guess like plot beats of whatever. The message is similar. I like that sort of story, and I like I like an underdog story. I like stories where people who from start from nothing get to whatever reach their goals or whatever. But I just felt like there was no. It happened way too easily. He had one basketball game with a B-list player, and that's how he became. That's how he got on the team. Like no tryout, no nothing. It was a little too easy for me, and I get that's just what they did so that they could actually get to the meat and potatoes of the movie, which is him interacting with the team. But I also felt like another thing that took me out of the movie a lot was how mean spirited everybody was. I felt like everyone was so mean for no reason
Yeah,
to everyone. So,
until he became famous. Until he
but
became
then
famous.
until he became famous, and then they're mean to Jet, and then he's the one who has to tell them like, "Yo, guys, let's not be mean to Jet." And I'm like, and it's not, and it's not even just the team; it's the whole world. Like the whole world acts like this. Like everybody hates him until they don't, and then everybody like hates the other character, and it was just like. One, it was unrealistic. Like, I mean, in this movie about talking goats who play
Is
basketball,
it
I
is
did.
it unrealistic? Is it unrealistic how quickly like people like the world turns on celebrities and like
It's
athletes and
not
all that?
unrealistic how quickly the world turns on celebrities. It's unrealistic how quickly the people around them, their own team, turns on each other. And also, it's unrealistic how this like father like character, the Rhino character, doesn't see like also sees the goat as like a little bitch when he starts and doesn't see him as like a kid. You know what I mean? Or and like has more passion. That's what I mean. Like I feel like all the characters in this movie, I almost feel like
That's a good point.
they have no individuality. They're almost like a hive mind. Their individualities within their like quirks and their like storylines. But in terms of like how they act or how they react to each other and their surroundings, they're all like a hive mind. And I really don't fuck with it. I really didn't like that. And I really noticed it a lot when they were just being assholes to our main characters or the characters that the bad things were happening to. For like no reason. I was just like, I don't fuck with that. It just made me not like the film or not like the characters within the film. And it just it just sucks a little bit. Or yeah, it just sucks a little bit because I was excited to enjoy this film, and the animation is gorgeous, and you know, it has its moments of charm and hilarity. I do kind of I do kind of like this idea of of like a modern animal like world. There's a part. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say. Actually, I'll retract this. I'll tell you later along. But
Sounds good.
but yeah, I like the world. I like the world of like animals doing anthropomorphic animals like doing like human things or whatever, having phones, having subway systems.
I do wish we saw more of the world.
Yes.
Because I think that was some of the
Yes.
most fun of it is like learning about like the different like habitats because I guess it didn't want to be too similar to Zootopia in that aspect. But if you're
Sure.
doing it, like commit. You know what I mean? It's like
But
I want to see what's going on.
I will. Yeah, I mean, I to add on to that, I wish we saw more of the games and also more of like the arenas of the games and how like that interacted as well. Because we saw like in every environment there was like different ways that like the arena gets fucked around while you play with the game. While you play the
Yeah,
game, and I wish we saw more of that. I think the way it ended, of uh, spoilers, I guess. Oh, that's another thing too. I also thought the movie was like I knew it was gonna happen, and it's a children's film, so I'm like there's an obvious way there were things where these films are gonna end up. I'm sure we all knew before we even watched the film, but regardless, it was way too predictable, like from the get go. Uh,
hmm
but going back to my original point, yeah, I wish we saw more of the games, more of them playing, more of like the arena, and more of the environments, because that's what really got me interested in the film as well. Um, yeah, it's just unfortunate that they focused on so much of the dialogue, which I felt was just not very well written or funny. It has its
Hmm.
moments, but overall, like, not really.
I hate to hear that you did not enjoy this film. I thought you were really gonna like it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm sorry to rain on your parade, put some salt
no,
or
you're
put
good,
some,
man.
but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you liked it. What I mean, yeah, you just why did you enjoy it, or how did you enjoy it, I guess. As well.
I don't know. I just thought it was really fun. I like the characters. I like the animation. Um, I liked the other than Caleb McLaughlin. I thought there were some great voice performances, specifically from David Harbour and Aaron Pierre, who voiced the villain like Horse. I just thought that
Oh
was
yeah,
really
yeah,
fun. I
yeah.
don't know. I didn't come in with the highest expectations, and I had a quite a good time with it.
I like the Nick Kroll character, the lizard. He's funny.
Yeah, Moto,
Moto.
Moto, he was good.
I fuck
Yeah,
with
he was
Moto.
great.
He is an icon, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Um,
Is there
yeah.
anything else you watched this
So
week, Alon?
yeah, I quickly want to mention Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Um, this is a film that I know a lot of people enjoyed. I thought it was okay. I think it had a big pacing problem. Um, and the way it's kind of broken down is like story and then flashback on a certain character, continue the story, flashback on a different character, story, and it kept jumping around and not effectively or interestingly.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some great performances and a really great message about like anti AI. It's definitely worth a watch. Um, I don't know if I would say I was the biggest fan of it. um, I wouldn't say it's worth going to the theaters. I would definitely wait till it comes out on streaming. I do want to give
Interesting.
it props. Some of the visual effects look pretty good in the film. I was not expecting the visual effects to look good, but they did. So there's that.
Cool. I mean, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited for the film. I'm not like too horribly excited. I feel like some of the trailers and just marketing is kind of out there, and that's the point. But I think it's like I feel like I'm being really cynical today, but um, I feel like it's a little like 2010s lol xd so random type humor, and I don't know if that's kind of like the style of humor that the film has.
I mean it
I
is that
guess
for a little bit of the film, but I wouldn't say that's like the majority of it.
okay, because that's the one thing that I wasn't looking forward to in the film, was kind of like that sort of whatever. Um, but I feel like that's how they're marketing it, and I don't know. It's just not very. I don't like it, but I'm still excited for the film. I think Gore Verbinski is an interesting director, and I think the story is interesting. And despite whatever sense of humor I might have, I think some of the scenes that I have seen are like, okay, this could lead to somewhere fun. I could be entertained by this. We'll see. Well, I'll see based
Yeah,
on.
it's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about this week?
Um, no, I don't have anything else this week. We can just go on to the main feature attraction.
All right, so let's start off with a quick spoiler-free summary from online. Tragedy strikes when Heathcliff falls in love with Catherine Earnshaw, a woman from a wealthy family in 18th century England. Um, I think, just to preface this review, I don't think any of us have read the book. I doubt it.
No.
Knowing Nick and knowing myself, I doubt any of us have read that book. So that's just the context I want everyone going in before everyone going into this review. Nick, what did you think of of quote unquote Wuthering Heights? Can't
Quote
forget the full
Wuthering
title.
Wuthering Height end quote. Actually, I want to ask you what you think about it before, because I have some thoughts, but I want to ask you what you think about
Um, I think it was stylistically beautiful.
it. Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it was well acted. I think it was well made, but it's just I'm not the target demographic for this type of movie. Um, I wasn't really into the relationship drama. It's not something I'm particularly interested in. Um, I'm not interested within the kinky scenes of the film. Like, it's just not my type of movie. That I, like I kind of get weirded out watching that nonsense. Like, well, I guess it's
Sure.
a spoiler. I can't say that. Um, I like Jacob Elordi. He was in Frankenstein, nominated for an Oscar. Uh, it's really cool seeing his career growing, and hearing he might be Bond. Like he's being considered for the role of James Bond. That's
Whoa,
really
that'd be
interesting.
big. That'd be massive.
Yeah, um, yeah. I think uh, it was well written, well acted, well written from the point of like not from the point of being a movie. I did research on the book after watching the film, which I'll get into in spoilers. Um, but the story that we're presented has good moments of writing and some not the best. Um, one thing that I kind of have an issue with the film is the Charlie XCX score. I kind of feel like it sticks out like a sore thumb. Um, just because everything is so like 18th century vibe, like old and then here we have like a modern Charlie XCX score. I don't think it works especially well. Margot Robbie's great. Um, Nick, what did you think?
So I actually like the film more than I thought I would. I think it's also hitting me at a time where I watched Pride and Prejudice like last week, and I really liked Pride and Prejudice, and I've been like reading the book. Um, and so I think this just hit me at a time where I was like, okay, like yeah, this is essentially smutty Pride and Prejudice to put it on a very layman term.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, totally.
but yeah, I don't know. I saw like the hate online and the people loving it as well, and I was like, "There's no way it can be either this good or this bad." And after watching, it was like, I don't really understand why people despise it so much. Like so many half stars, one stars, whatever.
Yeah, that's
Um,
crazy. It's a well-made film. Like
it
that's
is a well made film. It's a well constructed film for sure. Um, yeah,
whether you like the story or whatever, that's a different thing. But saying it's a half a star is just absurd.
that's insane.
Um, and you're just not being realistic because I mean half a star is like just the absolute shit on the bottom of your foot, and
Yeah,
this definitely has a lot of artistic merit. Obviously acknowledging its flaws is definitely overhated, and I think a lot of it is like the preconceived notion, like the preconceived ideas of like the book fans, like going into it as like a direct adaptation.
hmm
When this is definitely not, which I'll explain more of once we get into spoilers. Um, if looking at it as like on a movie on its own, I enjoyed it.
Okay, well, I didn't do research on the book after watching the film, but I did, and I and I will say, I feel like I have to be a liberal about this a little bit. As someone who really enjoyed the film on more than I think that I well yeah, as someone who really enjoyed the film, I it felt weird learning afterwards that the character of Heathcliff originally in the book was black, or at least heavily implied to be black.
Yeah.
Um,
That's another thing is the whitewashing of the character of Heathcliff.
the whitewashing, exactly. So I, I don't know. Like, I think Emerald Fennell is such a weird. I don't know if she's a nepo baby, but I know she's wealthy. It's such like a weird, wealthy director that, and I put that a verb right next to her, just due to that being one a constant theme within her films, and two an appearance in the art that she creates. Um, all of her art, including this one, was very abundant with like style, um, and 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 I liked the film, and I liked how it looked. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought the set pieces were really nice. Some of them were a little bit too overblown. Um, can we go into spoilers? Is there anything? Well, actually, I don't think I've.
Yeah,
I don't know. Is there anything else you want
I
to say?
I I I I, I don't mind going to spoilers.
Okay, let me say quickly. If you, I mean, yeah, if you're into a romance film, don't expect Wuthering Heights, whatever the book was. I don't know what the book was, but don't expect that. If you're kind of like, if you want almost a sort of modern day Pride and Prejudice, I would call it. Like, yeah, Pride and Prejudice with smut. It has that modern sensibility to it. Don't and also this is another thing I want to mention. Don't go into it thinking that it's the 18th century, because I didn't love the Charlie XCX score. I do think it definitely stood out in some scenes. I was like, okay, we really didn't need that right here, like, or something nicer. And it's even weirder to have that score right next to like some of the more instrumental music that they have over like just less dramatic scenes. I think having that there adds even more of a contrast that just doesn't help the film at all. But I do believe that that score helps differentiate this film from what we know, or what we consider the 18th century. Because another thing that I found really interesting about this film, without going into spoilers, which I know whatever, was the fashion, the clothing of all of these characters. They use very modern materials like polyesters, like I don't know, just plastics and just materials that wouldn't be seen back then. Um, and at that point, when I saw the fashion of the film, I was like, oh, okay, well, this isn't the 18th century. These characters, I mean, they talk like them and they certainly act like them, and this is a world where the 18th century, historically, we are in the 18th century somewhere, but just not in our world, I guess. And so I think understanding that, also another thing that helps understand that is the architecture and I guess the set design, the production design of the film, which I also thought was gorgeous. um, Both the use of lighting for the same room, and also the construction of the room itself. I want to point out the hands on the chimney. I thought was like really cool. um, does it
Mhm.
mean anything? Sure, I'm sure it means something. Have I thought about it enough to know the meaning or really care enough about it? I'm sure it means something to Emerald Fennel, but I don't know what it means. To me, it's just style. And I think and I also don't think whatever it does mean is that in depth. There's like another thing that I noticed where whenever, I don't know if it was whenever, but whenever there was like a significant character moment, a lot of the times the characters would be seen with standing on a checkerboard floor. Um, and I was like, oh, okay, you're on a checkerboard floor, so it's supposed to be like chess, and things are happening, the characters are moving, yada yada yada, this and the other. She's not that in depth of a director in terms of like vision or meaning or theme. She's definitely more of a visual person, and on that level, I can respect it. And so I appreciate this movie for everything that it's built around it, more than the actual, I guess, drama of the film itself. Even though I also enjoy the drama for reasons that I will bring up in spoiler mode. Now we are in spoiler mode.
Mhm.
Is there
Yeah.
anything you wanted to mention?
Um,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the film and you plan to, now's a good time to click off. I quickly just want to mention just some stuff I read online about the book. So the film actually only covers about to the halfway point um, of the book. There's like another whole half of the story that is cut out. Another what's it called? Another um, piece of information is that she does not die of like depression or like however she dies in the film. She dies in childbirth. She actually does give birth to the child in the film in the book. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming they're
Yeah,
releasing.
and that becomes like
They're.
a yeah, that
I'm
becomes a
assuming
big
they're
plot
holding the
line
second
for the
part
rest of the
to
film.
releasing Wuthering Heights for good next year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what they're holding back on that second part for. That's so interesting. I didn't know that. That was so unfunny. um,
So
I didn't
yeah,
know
so I can see.
that that's how that ended.
Um,
Why this?
yeah,
Yeah. Um, I think Emerald Fennel also just makes decisions to make the movie worse on purpose. I don't think she does this on purpose, but I don't think she has a person near her to tell her this isn't a good idea. Like, why is your movie 2 hours and 16 minutes? It does not need to be that long. I enjoyed the film and I was still bored. Um,
yeah,
it
it was
moved.
definitely too long for its own good.
It was too long, and there were moments where I appreciated how long it was. Um, I want to mention specifically immediately after Heathcliff leaves, after hearing what is the character's name? The girl, Margot Robbie. After hearing what Margot Robbie says, um, I
Kathy.
like Kathy. Yes, Catherine. Yes. I like the amount of time that we spent away from Heathcliff and just with Catherine, like building this life and whatever. Even though it doesn't, honestly, now that I think about it, it's not that long. I feel like she does it in a way where it feels long and it feels significant. And then that shift from before uh, Heathcliff, before Heathcliff's return, when she's like rather serious and posh and um, quote unquote loves her husband, but kind of like feels no excitement. And then afterwards, when Heathcliff returns and we see the bratty kind of character that she was when she was younger, um, come back. I was really into that shift and I liked how long that took that whole sequence of like the beginning with with their children and then that shift and then and then having that having him come back. I like that whole sequence or part of the film. I think it really starts to drag after that, after Heathcliff's return, after we get all their tension of the relationship that they're having while she's married or whatever. Is really where it starts to
Mhm.
drag for me because I mean, I don't know where it's ending, but it's just taking too long to take where it's going. Um, yeah, I had another point within that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. And also I don't love Jacob Elordi's performance. I thought it was honestly really mid. I don't know if maybe it's just the way
Really
that
interesting.
yeah. This was my other point. I don't love Jacob Elordi's performance, but I do like Margot Robbie's performance, and I think a lot of it has to do with also her character and the way that she's written. I Even though I'm not a fan of the writing in this film, it can go from decent to bad. Um, for me at least, I think like the majority of it is decent, but I think like sometimes it's just like, oh, like you don't know how to write, 18th century kind of like language and make it interesting. But then I guess like,
Hmm.
that contradicts my own point of like whatever. Point is that's the type of vibe that she is trying to evoke. Yes. But yeah, I like how she's like a brat and an asshole and like childish.
Yeah,
Um, as a child,
I do think that like her performance is really one of the best parts of the film.
for sure. And I like how she's like that. I mean, we obviously as a child is a different actor, but I like how Margot Robbie embodies that very childish performance in her old age, and I saw this. Well, yeah. I mean, I think the effect that it has, I guess the sexual tension effect that it has on its audience is something to is a compelling. It's something to take note of because that's at the end of the day that's the kind of the point of the film is like to be smutty, to be like and it accomplishes that. You know, I saw this in a room packed full of like women the day after Valentine's Day, and I was
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
and everybody was everybody was feeling it. So I was like, and I mean, and I'm not gonna lie either. Like I was like, yeah, this is like pretty hot. So I don't know. I have a lot of complex feelings about this film, or I have a lot of contradictory feelings, not complex, just contradictory feelings about this film. I like it on some aspects. On other aspects, I just think Emerald Fennell is just way too up in her own ass to make something. I want to say emotionally resonant, maybe. Another weird thing. Oh, the other reason why I brought up the fact that she's wealthy is because the theme concurrent throughout her films is wealth, and not just that. How usually impoverished people end up like as antagonists in her film. It was like that for Saltburn, and I watched Promising Young Woman. I don't remember a lot of Promising Young Woman, but I don't think it was like that for. I don't know. I don't remember Promising Young. I don't think this fits.
I haven't
Promising
seen it
Young Woman.
either.
But it was a thing in this film where both the maid and the father are essentially the antagonists of the film, and they are the more unfortunate in terms of class. And I just think it's a weird sort of I don't know. What am I? I guess what I'm saying without saying is that poor people shouldn't be the villains, but I don't believe that either. I just think she has a way of completely removing context from a situation, and making what would arguably be the more villainous role of the wealthy person, I guess, making them seem more justified in their actions.
Mm-hmm.
And it just also just it's another thing that leaves a weird taste in my mouth. Emerald Fennell, she knows how to make incredible art visually. She knows how to make people horny. She knows how to write somewhat interesting drama and social dynamics. She doesn't know how to, I guess, have compassion for, I feel like, for her characters, or yeah, I don't know. She doesn't know how to do that, and she also doesn't know how to write the best. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a very weird film that I want to recommend if I mean if it's up your alley, if you're into this sort of like drama, romance, kind
Yeah.
of like smut sort of film, sure, I guess it fits that. And you would enjoy your time. Otherwise, maybe stay out, or no, stay out because it is horribly long. And if you're not into it, then it's boring, and if you're not into like the visual of everything, then it's even more boring. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's my sermon on Wuthering Heights. I'll let you say something.
Yeah, I have a few like last thoughts I kind of want to mention.
For sure.
I don't think the film like conveys the passage of time especially well. I was having a lot of trouble telling how much time passed from like scene to scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the kid who played young Heathcliff, Owen Cooper, who's winning all the awards from Adolescence, is really good and steals all the scenes that he's in.
Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah, honestly, the child performances, the child performances aren't that bad for the most part.
Yeah, they're both pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Um, I can't help but be interested in what Emerald Fennel does next. Um,
Yeah.
I almost don't want to be interested. But I will say, at the very least, she's interesting. as a director and as a creator. And
Yeah, she does. She does evoke some emotions out of an audience, which is
definitely,
yeah,
definitely, I don't know. Yeah, the world's longest Louis Vuitton ad is what I'll say. That'll be my.
yeah. With that being said, that's it for episode 25 of Popcorn Problems. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you made it this far, you're the real MVP. We'll be back next week breaking down the new Glenn Powell film, How to Make a Killing. In the meantime, you can hit us up on socials at Popcorn Problems Pod and let us know what you thought of quote unquote Wuthering Heights. Don't forget to follow, rate us 5 stars in whatever platform you're using, and DM us your hottest takes and suggestions. We will see you next time. Peace.
Have a good one.